Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers potentially trading for Onyeka Okongwu from the Atlanta Hawks, who was the 6th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft and is still 24 years old, which is great. I mean, he came into the league at 19 years old, and I think we've seen him over the course of his career improve. Last year, I think, was a big leap. 2023-24 season, averaging over 10 points for the first time in his career, averaged 7 rebounds per game, but this year was the big leap, and the year he got more minutes. And also one of the years where, he played the most. 74 games is the second most games he's played in a season this year. 40 starts was more than twice the amount of starts he got in a season. Before that was 18. He played in 27 minutes per game, shooting 57% from the floor this season, shooting 32% from three. And 32% from three might seem bad, but this season he hit 48 threes. That was more than twice the amount of threes he had hit last season. Had 27 three-pointers in his 4 first seasons before this year, and hit 48 this year, shooting 48 for 148, a guy that only made 23 last year. Year before that, only shot 4 for 13. First 2 years, only shot 0 for 3. So he started to develop a better three-point shot this year with the Atlanta Hawks in the 2024-25 season, and became a little bit of a better scorer as well when the minutes went up, averaging 13 points per game, 9 rebounds per game this year with the Hawks, 1 steal, 1 block per game, and also 2 assists per game. Now, here's why we're talking about potentially seeing Onyeka Okongwu traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. It was reported today that the Lakers and Hawks had discussions about a potential deal about Onyeka Okongwu at the trade deadline. Does that mean that those talks could reopen during this offseason? I don't know. If I had to bet, I would say no. I don't see Atlanta wanting to move on from the 24-year-old center, and especially with Clint Capella, who's been with the team since the 2020-21 season, but they traded for him in the 2019-20 season, but he's been, mostly their starting center since the 2020-21 season. He's a free agent. I think it's very unlikely Capella re-signs with the Hawks. It's already been reported that it is also very likely that he leaves this offseason. So that also opens for Onyeka Okongwu to have a more expanded role for this Atlanta Hawks team. And if, we've seen him this year build that three-point shot a little bit more, Clint Capella being gone, him getting 27 minutes per game, there were 34 games he played in this year. He didn't start. That's because of Clint Capella. If there is no Clint Capella, you're looking at Onyeka Okongwu being a full-time starter, more minutes. 27 minutes per game this year, I think you'd be looking at him being in the 30 minutes or higher range. And I think you're going to see those numbers go up for him this year with the Atlanta Hawks if those minutes go up and he is the full-time center. Now, that could be the case with this Lakers team as well. But what that does mean, if Capella does leave and Onyeka Okongwu is way more valuable to this Hawks team, they aren't going to want to get rid of him. And that's why I think it's very unlikely they trade him. You're going to have to give up some good value if you're the Hawks. If you're the Lakers. It might have to be what they were going to give up for Mark Williams. We know this was before the Mark Williams deal was made. They didn't agree to this deal. They didn't talk about this deal with the Hawks after they traded for Mark Williams, and then we saw that physical fail later, and then that all went to hell. This trade discussion between the Lakers and Hawks happened before that Mark Williams deal happened for Dalton Knecht and it was Cam Reddish, Dalton Knecht, and a first-round pick. Now, I don't know if the Hawks are going to be able to squeeze a first-round pick out of the Lakers, but I think the Hawks, one thing they would want would be Dalton Knecht. That's going to be a no-brainer right there. Dalton Knecht has to be involved in the deal. Lakers are in a big-time need at the center position. If you're going to give him your young 24-year-old center has 3 years left on his contract, you're going to have to give us the Dalton Knecht, the rookie who was outstanding and is also really young as well, 24 years old. So it's crazy that he's 24 years old and a rookie, but he was outstanding this year and he barely played. Averaged almost 10 points per game and 19 minutes per game as a rookie. From three was outstanding, shooting 38% from three. He has a great future in the NBA. If it's with the Lakers, I think that's great. I think there's more potential, but also I think he could have great potential playing for this Atlanta Hawks team, on a team where you're playing next to a great facilitator in Trae Young, who is great at getting the basketball to open players, and Dalton Knecht is a guy that will find himself being open a lot. So I think as much of a good fit I think Dalton Knecht is for this Lakers team, he'd be a great fit for this Hawks team. But I think, I don't think this would be enough, but I think this would be the Lakers' offer: Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, and the 55th overall pick. And honestly, I don't think that's enough to get Onyeka Okongwu. I think if you're the Atlanta Hawks, you want to see what you can get from him next season, in his first year in his NBA career, where there is no Clint Capella. It's just Onyeka Okongwu, and he's the guy at the center position, which he's never been that with Clint Capella being on the roster. And if Capella is gone after this year, being a free agent, that's something I think the Hawks are gonna want to test out with Onyeka this year. And I think he has a potential for a breakout year this year, potentially, I believe. But we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.